Let's flip this around. So we're going to the Eco Studio over here. Today started off nice and cooler than normal. Hey Nikki, how you doing? Good to see you. Hey Miss Native, good morning. Bless up, y'all. This morning started off kind of cool, and then when this thing called sun rose up, it got off to Hotbox Central. Yeah, got pretty good. Hope y'all doing well. Appreciate you for coming in. I want to have a candid conversation with you, and I just wanted to give you just some food for thought for off-grid living, you know. Um, some of my experiences, some of me and Gigi's experience, you know, just kind of have real talk. Because we say we are prepared, we say we are ready for whatever comes, but are you really ready? I'm gonna be honest with you. This off-grid living, man, I think that this has been very challenging. Some people may think about off-grid living like in a tent. Hey Gigi, what's going on, beautiful? Some people may think about off-grid in a beautiful home, in a cabin, on the moon, on the mountainside, just sitting there and looking out to the great beyond. But I want to have some real conversation with you. I want you to just think about some things because we are constantly learning every day, every day. So one of the things I want you, if you can, put in the chat, what do you think will be some of the hardest things to do with off-grid living? Drop in the chat some of the things that you think that would be hard to do if you're off-grid living. It's things we really don't even think about. Not having water is something that is challenging. You know, you're having to move water, not having electricity, you're having to come up with creative ways. In the process, we have obtained a few objects. We obtained some solar panels. We obtained some generators, and there's levels to generators, my friends. You know, when we live in the state of Florida. Everybody talk about the hurricanes. One good thing about a hurricane, you always know when it's coming, and you always have time to prepare. Sweet Equity Realty, how you doing? Bless up. But yeah, things are coming along, and it looks somewhat fast to maybe the observer, but when you living through this thing could be something serious, you know? Like, you don't want to fill up the RV with waste, you know, because we got a portable septic system. So we have to take it and get it dumped. So it's a lot of different things you don't even think about. So when you're looking at off-grid living, you got to think about the things you do every day and the things you'll need. So water is the top of the list. Okay. Yeah, I would say water is big. You know, I can go without electricity, but when it comes to water, you know, we have to take quick showers, brushing your teeth, just rinsing off anything. Out here with all this dirt, with us clearing everything, it's a lot of dirt. You got to think about no wash machine, no dryer. You know, I could go without a dryer, but a wash machine would be great. So we have to go to the laundry until we can get this well installed. Once we get the well installed, then we be able to bring our appliances out. But when you're living off grid, you got a lot of different things to think about. Yeah, it gets dirty. I mean, when I say dirty, everything is dirty. Water is essential. I think you all are right. I never knew how essential water was until now when I take either 7 gallons or 1 gallon containers and fill up the RV. in the reservoir. And you got to do that on a consistent basis so you don't burn up the pump. But then you got to be prepared to take it makes you really understand how to conserve. When I say from electricity to water, everything, you want to conserve as much as possible. The generators, you don't want the generator to run all day long. You get the house real cold and then you shut it off at night and it saves you some gas because right now, if think about it, if it took you $15 to fill up a 5 gallon um, container, and if that 5 gallons, the generator was able to run about the last one we got, it runs about 18 hours off of off of a tank. So you think about in a matter of 2 days, you buying probably the average 2 days will probably run you somewhere around about $30. So 30 times 30 in a month, that's your bill. So we have to be very mindful of what we spend our resources with. And then you got to think about in order to clear land, you need tools. You either need battery powered tools. And if you got battery, you got to find a way to charge them. And if you're using gas, that's another added cost. So being I was raised super poor. Hold on. Okay. That's me and my little stand. Being gallon jug. Yeah, but it hits a little bit different when you've been away from that so long. I grew up, I wouldn't say poor, but I grew up, I think it was the time that I grew up. We weren't rich. We weren't like, I seen poor, so I knew we weren't poor. Black guns and guns, what's going on? But the whole fact of going back to when you had to move those jugs, when you had to go find water, and okay, now you 30 and 40 years older, that's a lot of physical wear and tear on your body. So all those things that you used to could do, now your body hasn't been used to it. And I mean, I'm moving logs, I'm moving debris, everything. It's tough, but it's rewarding at the same time. I want to say all of these things is rewarding, but I do want to warn you, if you're thinking about doing it, consider those things, not to talk you out of it, but be prepared. Be prepared to know where you're going to get electricity from. Have alternate sources of electricity. Know that when you decided to buy property and you want to move on that property and assume it real soon and you don't have any resources on there, make sure you clear off enough space that you can work around that you can park your vehicles. Certain things like if you're going in a one way, you got to have enough clear area to turn around your vehicles. If you're thinking about having an RV or you're thinking about having a fifth wheel or whatever, make sure that you get all the stumps out. Make sure you get all the potholes out. If you got low vehicles, make sure you try to get it as smooth as possible. Because when you're clearing land, a lot of times you have a lot of debris out there that you don't even realize. I can live without, yeah, I think I can live without electricity to a certain degree. The problem is with electricity here where we are in the state of Florida, and it's nothing to get to 100 degrees. So that right there is taxing on your body. You're constantly tired, you're sweating all the times, and then now we go back to water. You want to take a bath every time you drenched in sweat. But you got to be conscientious of it. So what about ice machines? Those are important. If you can get some ice machines, just a small, maybe a cigarette plug-in, ice cools you down, and ice is good to just put on your body. You can put them in rags, put it in a towel, put some in a cooler, put your towel in a cooler, let the coolness go, and then put it on your back. All kinds of things to just cool yourself down. Are you good? Yeah, we're collecting rainwater, but I hate to tell you, the rainwater hits different here. At my home, I would probably drink my rainwater. Here, it's so cloudy, and I know it's because of what it's coming off of. Because I used to keep my, hey Veggie, how you doing? I used to keep my drains and stuff real clean, and here the rain and the condensation, it's real muddy. I mean, when I say it's like dusty color, it's not clear like the rain that I collected back in my last house. I would take a, a trash can, fill it up full of rain, and that water, I would drink that water. It was so clear. You squint? Okay. All right. I'm squinting or you squint. But regardless, you would have to really you have to adjust. And that's another thing, pivoting, changing up. You gotta change up because everything you might have done at one location, everything changes to another location. It's no different between gardening and your soil. You know, you got some soil. This soil here is real sandy, so it doesn't hold a lot of water content. So with that said, you know, the soil that we had before, it was a lot of clay. So we had a lot of clay content. It helped moisture. So all those different things, it impacts, and you have to change what you're doing. Same thing about off-grid living. My question is, what do you do about lighting? Like we in the middle of nowhere and you don't have street lights here. And when I say you don't have street lights, you don't have any street lights. And I never realized how important lights were because I grew up in the country. I never thought about having lights because we just walked. We used to walk past at night. But now you get older, you get more conscientious, you don't want to get hurt. African dreaming, what's going on? You don't want to get hurt. You don't want to step on a snake. You want lighting. Cassandra South Fulton, how you doing? You you want to make sure that you got your own street lights. So what we're doing, we have ordered some lights, almost like street lights, but they run off a solar panel because we are trying to live as much off grid as possible. And when I say much off grid as possible, oh, that's why he says explain. Gotcha. We want to live much off grid as possible. We may not be able to holistically do that, but the pump, once we get the well in, well, we got the well in, they need to finish up with the pump. We have that, that's water that we have. Then we're gonna continue to add our solar panels. We got enough power with our generators, but we wanna be self-sufficient. That's the bottom line. Our goal is to be self-sufficient, to be to the part where we don't have to, it's not about just paying a water bill. It's about, in this area, this remote area, the service is awful with electricity. I'm told that it flickers. We've read reviews that they slow to come out. We read reviews where they could do a call, one day call, you might reach somebody, you might not reach somebody. I just don't want to be out here like this and depending on maybe and hopefully somebody's gonna come. And then I gotta keep harassing a company that they have bad or poor customer service. Another thing, are you ready to truly protect yourself? Or are you like, I really don't like this. I really don't like guns, for say. I really don't like knives. I really don't like to hurt anything. If you're out here off grid, people know you're out here and you got to be prepared. You got to be prepared. So there was the one individual that came onto the property and he was kind of meandering, and our cameras, our trail cameras, it picked it up. But by the time it picked it up, he was at the door and he was knocking. And I opened the door and I really couldn't understand what he was saying. But he was trying to say that he was looking for his cousin. And he was asking, was his cousin there? And I said, no, your cousin not here. Your cousin not here. I mean, he done walked all the way up. We got a fairly decent sized driveway. He done walked all the way up the driveway, past the sign say keep out, past the no trespassing signs. He parked at the road, at the main road, and he walked up. He didn't drive his car in. I mean, everything was suspect. The whole thing was suspect. And then when I told him he's not here, and you need to leave. So he began to walk out, and I followed him. I followed him, and I noticed when he was walking out, he was looking all around, looking all to see what we got, see what's going on. And I get it. Some people just curious. We have had neighbors to say, I'm sorry, I'm just nosy. I just want to see, well, how y'all doing and this and that. Be honest. If you're coming like that, come correct. But now some people, they're not coming to be nosy. Some people coming to see what they can come and take. And they know the territory, they know the area, and they know you're not from here. So when they come, they better come right. And you got to be prepared to heat their ass up if you need to heat their ass up. Because I get it, we don't want to kill nobody, we don't want to hurt nobody, but I seen murder. I seen the murders in front of my face, and I went and pursued the murderers before, and we caught them. But you got to do what you got to do. What do? You let somebody kill you, or you be on top of them. I'm not promoting none of this stuff, but I'm gonna protect mine. We will not live in fear. We will not live in doubt. We will not live to the part where we walking around on eggshells. We will protect at all costs. We have family out here. We have things we work for real hard. All my stuff, my business got stole, I was robbed. All of my equipment that I saved and paid for cash and worked my behind off doing yards. Every time I made money, I reinvested back in my business. It took several years to build that up. And then in one night, and no one knows nothing, I got it, quote, in a secure paid for shed, but none of the cameras work. Come on, check out. One thing I'm learning more and more every day is don't believe everything people tell you. Don't believe what I say. Don't believe what the next man say. Don't believe none of that stuff. What people tell you, investigate it, confirm it. Like my mentor used to say, it's not that I don't believe you. I just need to confirm it. You need to confirm a lot of the stuff that people tell you, because I've lost more by being trusting. And nothing wrong with trust, but they got to earn that. They got to build that. And especially you don't know nobody. I don't care how big the business. I don't care what's the track record of the business. Confirm it. Oh, that's what you're going to do? Can you show me? Can you show me the numbers? Help me to understand how you came up with this pricing. Be ready and confirm. Hey, Tommy, how you doing? Sweat equity. Stay ready so you don't have to get, that's right. We got to be, I get the love and the kumbaya. I grew up like that. But then I believe a lot of it is a lie. Because, and this is me, and this whole conversation is just something I'm sharing within my head. I'm not saying I don't love, I don't care for humanity, I don't care for people, I don't care for animals. I'm not saying that by no means. But I am saying there are people that's walking around looking to pillage, destroy, and conquer. And I couldn't imagine if it hit the fan, how they acting now. I can't imagine how they're gonna act later, if it do get to the part where it hit the fan. Because these people, they got some gall. I mean, this dude literally walked up a wooded driveway, turned the corner, and walked up to a RV, and it was like 3 or 4 cars around there. He didn't know none of the cars, didn't know none of the people. And he walked up, knocked on the door, and came up with a story. We used to say that back in the 80s and the 70s. My cousin over here. And then next thing you know, your bike is stolen. Where my bike went? It happened to me when I was young. Is Travis over here? No, Travis ain't over here. Oh, he said he was gonna be over here, because I used to have a basketball goal. Kids used to come and play basketball. And I left my bike behind the house. And he said, well, I was looking for my cousin. Same thing this dude, looking for my cousin. And you know what they did? I looked out the front door. He was riding on my bike out the yard. So I called him. I grabbed him. I pushed him off the bike, and I took my bike. I get the kumbaya, but it comes to a point in time where you gotta take care. I can't stand thief. I can't stand thief either. But they everywhere. I mean, I think it's fewer people that wants to steal, but the ones that do, you gotta watch them. You gotta watch them. So, needless to say, with that situation, I walked and I followed him till he went to his car. I looked at the car, made sure I got a good look at the car, and I told him, I said, you see these signs right up here? You see these signs? Keep out, no trespassing. I said, you're not welcome here. Don't come back here. Don't come back here. Don't ever come back here. Do you understand me? Oh, okay. Oh, all right. Okay. 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 That's your warning. That's your opportunity to be great. That's your opportunity to have a great day, to have a great life. Because the next time it won't be that nice. Will nothing happen to my wife, my children, my people that come visit me? Will nothing happen to them? Not while I got breath in me. And if I'm dogmatic, I'm a butthole, oh well, because you came sideways. Now, other neighbors, they came, hey, y'all all right? I see a fire back there. I see this and that. Yeah, we good. Well, come on, let me talk to you. I'm cordial. I'm cool. But I understand. I've been around a few years to understand when somebody got other intentions. And when you got other intentions, I have no patience for that. Because I've seen so many people who say, well, people won't be like that. They won't do this. And then I mean, sometimes they don't make it through that situation because I get loving and trusting people, loving and trusting humanity, but let's keep it real. Cain killed Abel, his own brother. And ever since then, it was nothing but killing and killing after killing. And rapes. I mean, look at David, King David. Saw a woman, wanted a woman, took the woman, and impregnated the woman, and then put his husband on the front line. Life is real, y'all. Life is real. There's beautiful, good people, and there's people that don't always look for your best interest. So we don't need to be walking around blindly. And like I said, off-grid living, you need to have health. You need to have good health. You need to have some money. Because off-grid living, the initial piece, you need to have money and be ready for anything. If something breaks, you need to be able to go and buy it. You know, don't think, okay, I got the RV, I got the land, I got this and that. Some of everything happens. So you need to have cash. You need to have your health. You want to have every tool and think about how you're going to power that tool. So if you've been living in your home for the last 20, 30 years and you got electric drill, you got electric saw, you got electric this, sometimes you might need to come on over to battery power and try to get a brand where it has interchangeable batteries and then buy a bunch of those different batteries so you can keep moving. Because you trying to drag a extension cord over an acre or half an acre, and then a piece of it come loose when you're in the middle. That's a lot of walking back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So think about that. I would recommend having a decent sized truck or a decent sized SUV. You want something that can go off road. You want something that can get you out if you're stuck. If the RV sink after a hard rain, can you move it? You got to be willing to crawl on your stomach sometime because this off-grid living, you won't have the perfect pad like an RV. You won't have the perfect landscape. You're going to have, as you enter your lot after you just cleared it, you might have a stick that'll break a line. You got to be prepared for all of those challenges. And that's what you learn about yourself, what you really made out of. Yeah, decent sized trailer, yeah. Who said that? Tommy, you're absolutely right. You need accessories. And really it's not cheap. It's expensive off-grid living. Off-grid living is expensive. It's not cheap by no means. But I think once you get settled, once you get your infrastructure put together, things become to be a little bit more obtainable. You got to also understand that you also want to think about um, if you don't have a well, you don't have a septic tank, you don't have power, that's cost, And the crazy thing, you don't know how far they got to dig to hit water. Every time they lay that 10-foot pipe, you almost like that dude in the prison cell. You're holding yourself real tight. Say, please, no more pipe. Yeah, it's like that. Hey, Gigi. I was talking about the well. When they're digging the well, every time that 10-foot go in you, boy. I mean, that's an extra what $1,000. You know what I'm saying? And that's something you don't. You be like, please hit some water soon. Please hit some water. A lot of people say, I want a deep well. I want a deep well, but that's $1,000 every 10 feet. So that costs, and you don't know if they're gonna hit rock. What if they hit rock? We pulled out some massive rocks out here, and even some of the well diggers say, I didn't know. I saw a hand pump, and I'm thinking about. Well, let me tell you about the hand pump thing. I'm still going. I'm still going to do it. I hadn't lost favor, but that hand pump is real. I don't know if you ever had the opportunity. I don't know if you ever had the opportunity. My arm about to break holding this thing. I won't be on too much longer. You didn't get the. I don't do all that. But yeah, driving that pipe down the in the ground. Get short. My advice: get short, like 5 foot if you can find it. We couldn't find 5 feet. We had to get. Yeah, he was standing on the truck. Yeah, I had to get on the truck to pound it down. And ridiculous. And it's ridiculous. Yeah. I mean, a lot of this stuff you see on YouTube, they make it look easy, but they don't show you what they be doing behind the scenes. Right. A lot of time, what these YouTubers be doing, I'm not saying all of them, but they be doing other stuff that you don't see, and then they put their wife on there banging it down, smiling, and doing all that, and the husband, he go there. Man, you try driving down 1 or 2 feet and tell me you ain't ready to fall out. It's work. Yeah. What she said? She said, hey, slow living. Nikki talking about no more pipe. Right, Nikki. That's right. You don't want pipe. Man, that stuff will kill you. Let me go get the It will kill you. Okay, I appreciate it. But yeah, I mean, every time he got ready to load 10-foot sections, I was like, oh Lord, please no more. Please no more. Let's hit water. But so our well, we got down to like about 130 feet. So I was glad to see that. I mean, when that last 10-foot extension went down, he was like, okay. I was like, thank you, Lord. Camera tricks. Let's see. Most hand pumps can. That's true. So you got different aquifers. So you're absolutely right about that, Native. Most of them can't be between 25, but my problem, I had 10-foot sections. And I had to pull that thing up. I said, nah, I can't do this like this with this sledgehammer because I wasn't moving it. And I was tearing up the caps. They have these caps that you place on there. And those caps, I was breaking the caps. I was pounding that thing so hard and it wasn't moving. Because you got things what they call rocks. You got another thing what they call roots. You got another thing what they call just plain dirt. It looks easy. You see that big old spike that you putting down in there, but once you get that spike down, you're good. When I had the post hole diggers, I was absolutely fine. But what ended up happening, I couldn't go but so low with the post hole diggers, and then that's where the pounding had to come in, and that was like murder, y'all. That was murder. Let me go to the chat. I'm sorry, I've been talking a little bit too much. Hey, Layla, how you doing? Wow, 130 feet. That's deep. I'm hoping it's deep. He told me I got he says about 40 feet of water cavity. So he put it pretty much in the center of the water cavity. And he said, so he put it about 20 feet into the water cavity. And so basically you have all of these different cavities in pockets of water, and they also have underground water. Like what we did is we look at how the landscape or how the topography is, and there's a slope, there's a gentle slope across. So my property is basically like this. Up here, up high, this is where the RV at, this is where the house will go, and it's a gradual slope. But then it's also like a, a ravine-like piece. It's not a ravine, but it's a gradual slope where it channels the water at a certain part. So one thing, when I talked to the well guy, when I was finding a place, he says you don't want to be lower than the septic tank, which makes sense. So you want the septic tank to roll and to flow a certain way, and then you want to be higher, if you can, than the septic tank. So we put it over here to the side. I'm going to show it to y'all in a few minutes. Thank you, Gigi. Gigi helping me out with this camera thing.
Yeah, I know, because he be trying to leave off the live at 13
You already know
and a
it.
half minutes. So
You already know it. So just to kind of show you all in perspective. So if you look here, this is my Eco's Road right there. You see Eco's Road? But if you notice, it's a slant right there. It's a slant right there. So here is the clearing of the property. And I want to get in a perfect position. So as we go through here, here's the well. Like I said, they still got to bring in, they got to do concrete slab here. They're going to do a concrete slab here. They're going to fill in this dirt, concrete slab here because of regulation. Then they're going to do the pump is actually down here. Can y'all hear that? That's deep. So the pump is at the bottom of the well. And the motor is going to be up here. Well, no, not the motor, the tank. The tank is going to be here, but the actual pump is down in the bottom. So we looked at the land, and if you notice the land, it has a gentle slope going just like that. But then also there's a slope coming this way. So that's where the RV at, up there. And then it's a gentle slope that feeds here. So imagine water when it's raining. Water gonna run like this, and it's gonna run like this. So by placing it here, and if we're gonna put the house right here, up on the hill, the septic is gonna flow down that way. So we at the front of the aquifer. Instead of, he said there's most likely, and as we walk through here, you're gonna see it's another slope that trains it. See that slope right here? And because of all this stuff here, you can't really see the land, but if you notice there, it's high right there, and then it kind of goes down through here, and then it channels down through here. So imagine the water, it's gonna run just like that. And then we did, I'm gonna keep this natural here, we're gonna just clean out from and beyond, but that's the road over here. The same road we just got off of when we walked. That road goes all the way down to halfway through the property. And it's a gradual slope. But we're gonna leave this right here as a buffer between the road and where the house is gonna be at. So look, as we go towards the back of this lot right here. Look how high that is. See how high? So the house will it'll be even, but we'll have to build this side up as it sits here. But then we'll be able to sit out here and look out like that and see the sun rise over here in the east. And right now it's there, and it's gonna go all the way across and set in the west. So our back porch, our back decking, we'll be able to see the sunrise and the sun set. And then, like I said, we'll be pretty much about right here, level, looking out into the trees. And so that's kind of like the overall strategy. This is a road that I had cut through. Got to move some debris, but this road right here connects to that same road up there where we were. So this road right here will be the connecting road. And that's the road from where we came from. So that's the road. One day it's gonna be cleared off, nice and clean. And we're gonna have this canopy, and it's gonna be just a wooded, nice road that leads back there. And we're gonna drop a nice little cabin back there. Um, Plan on having a few out here. But yeah, that's where we are. Let me see the comments. Oh, thank you, Tommy. Appreciate that. Y'all have so much land. Look, let me tell you another thing about so much land. If you get a lot of land, just get it to have it for buffer. Because if you clear all of this, like if we cleared all this land, do you realize how much work and cost it would be? We plan to have like nature trails all throughout here, walking trails, everything. Like I said, want to have like different cabins. If family wants to come over, they want to stay, or if we want to, I don't know, we might one day rent some out. I don't know. Somebody might want to live off grid. It got to be somebody who don't mind doing off grid. But um, we might Airbnb some of them because some people do like living off grid. And it's just really based on you. Let me look at the comments. That's going to be just pure beauty when y'all get most of it. Yeah, you're right. I mean, it just it seems like it's gonna take a long time to get everything finished. But how you eat an elephant, one bite at a time. That's us triggering the camera.
Yeah.
We got cameras everywhere, so when you hear that buzz, it's picking us up on the cameras. So we basically I love trail cams for your security. The reason why I love trail cams is because now these days they got technology where it gives you when it may be a little delay, like maybe five to six, depends on your internet quality. But it lets you know, and you can actually see the pictures that they take. So even if you're not off grid, or if you're in the city, or if you're anywhere, I would recommend that you get um, some trail cams and just put them on the tree. That way you can kind of see people come and going on your property. But most cities they got security cams and stuff like that. But if you got somewhere where you don't have a lot of electricity running everywhere, and you just want to put something, they got them where they work on a cellular signal. I think they're pretty cool. And so as we come to the back, this is where the next cabin is going to be, right here. And if you notice, it still goes down. Higher land is up that way. That's where the house will be. And then this road will be meandering, coming through. And when we get here, here's the, what's that, babe?
This tree, that's where the fruit is dropping from.
It's fruit from that tree.
But I don't know for sure what it is. But
It's dropped from that tree. If y'all know, I know it's hard to see. If y'all know what kind of tree this is, can you show the fruit?
yeah,
Is that a persimmon?
I don't know. It's pretty small, so
It may not be a persimmon.
I don't know. But that's it.
Yeah, this tree right here drops a lot of fruit. This tree right up here, it drops a lot of fruit. Not
It
sure what kind of
smells.
fruit it is. Huh?
Smell it. Okay. Oh, it smells like a plum. It smells just like a plum. Like
Native says it's a
super
wild
sweet.
persimmon.
It's a wild persimmon. Okay, and it had these are the seeds. So it has two big. Well, good sized seeds in there. Okay, Miss Native Cherokee.
Yeah.
Okay, girl.
Hey, learning two grown
Yeah,
my
so
own.
this the tree is loaded.
Yeah, this tree right here got a bunch of those on there. I don't know how we gonna
It
get them.
smells amazing though.
Let me smell it.
Smells so good. Like,
Oh yeah, it smells like a
yeah, it
plum.
smells like a plum.
Smell like a plum.
So, grow more, grow more.
Grow more. Hey, Miss Ann, how you doing? Good morning to you. So yeah, that's the goal to have right up in here, nestled up in here. We want to have a cabin right there, and then behind here, in the woods, it's a ravine, and that ravine, because it's sandy soil, does not hold water. So what I want to do is clear out all of that and dig out that ravine, and then probably put like a poly or some clay material to hold the water. And yeah, this whole area, I want it all cleared out enough to build maybe like a nice little cabin just for entertaining. And back over here, clear this out and dig out a pond because this is a low area. Like I said, look how low we done slowly drop in the elevation. And then once we get back here, it still drops. So that's the goal in a nutshell. That's the goal. And it's a bunch of deer tracks back here. They everywhere. So I think I counted a total of about 6 individual deers that I know of. I seen 2 bucks, or 3. I seen 3 bucks because one got a little small antler. The other ones are like 6 pointers. And then the rest of them are does. So just to kind of show y'all that ravine, see if I can get you close to it. Cause I got flip flops on, y'all. And so I can't. And it's real out here, believe me, y'all. It's real. But that's the ravine back there. I don't know if you can see it through the brush and the debris.
Nah,
Probably can't see it. But yeah, that's what it is. But it's thick. When I tell you it's thick,
thick, thick, thick,
it's
thick,
thick, thick, thick, thick, thick. It's thicker than a BBW. Yeah, man. It's thick out here, but yeah, this is another life out here, y'all. But this is what you gotta deal with if you don't know. Raw land, it sound good, it's real good, and it is good.
if you can find some that has well septic already on it,
I would recommend that.
yeah, highly recommend.
Highly, highly recommend. But not only just a well and a septic, make sure that it's newer. Because if it's old, you still got to go through a lot of the same stuff we got to go through because they got to build it up to code. And sometimes it involves you digging another well or digging another septic tank. But the average cost around right about now seems to be about around 8,500 for a well in this area. And then for a septic tank, what they say? About 665?
That's not what I heard.
What you heard?
The realtor told us about 10 grand.
About 10 grand for a septic tank?
Yep.
So the cost is real. And some of y'all wonder why we chug a lug boo boo. 10 grand let you chug along some boo boo sometime to a porta potty. Yeah, all of that. But yeah, I just wanted to share with you all about the realness of off grid living because I watch a lot of beautiful videos on YouTube where people are just, man, they cooking over an open fire. They starting their own fire. The music sounds good in the background. Um, they might,
And that's all great.
yeah,
We do that.
yeah. But see, a lot of time it be in the winter,
Yeah, yeah.
in the northern winter.
Yeah,
Winter.
Florida is a whole different
Yeah,
beast. Like
yeah,
the South, period. Florida, Louisiana, Mississippi, Texas. Good Lord.
yeah,
I
yeah, yeah.
couldn't even imagine trying to do this in Texas.
And all the
But
landscapes are different. All
yeah.
the landscapes are different.
and New Mexico and all those places. I can't even imagine Arizona.
But let's talk about the rewarding pieces of off-grid living. No utility bills. Nobody cut my stuff off because I ain't paid this month. You know, once you get it there, you there. Another thing about living out here, I can walk through here butt slap naked and won't nobody see nothing but the birds and the bees. Ain't nothing like it, y'all. And then to not to go outside and say, hello, and no one says anything. Man, please. Or to be working on a project and you don't have nobody peeking over the fence saying, what y'all doing?
Right.
Or what you doing, buddy? Man, please leave me alone. Well, you could do it like this if you put this ratchet over here and put it over. No, I just want to be alone. And
Or learning the patterns of your motion cameras and lights so they can sneak up
oh
on your
yeah, yeah,
property.
yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, that's another thing. You know, we had a neighbor that learned the patterns of our lights, our motion detector lights, and he would walk onto our property on, without the lights coming on at night. He done studied that thing so good. I caught him. I caught him in the middle of the night. He ducking and hiding, and boy, I scared the mess out of him. Look, this is something that's decorated throughout the whole property. Muscadines, they everywhere. When I say
Everywhere.
everywhere, muscadines are
Everywhere.
everywhere. Muscadines are everywhere.
And some of those bushes are just loaded.
They loaded, yeah. And you see them all along all these paths. They just decorate the whole area. Now this side of the property, we've yet to explore. Now where we took you all was halfway through the property. So we haven't even cut through the whole entire property.
I'm gonna get the pine straw from back here.
Yeah, the pine straw real nice here. If you look right up in here, that pine straw is nice and clean right there.
Yep. I'm gonna get that too.
But yeah, we literally have never, there's something in there. You can tell because the access is it
Oh
had.
yeah, it's going at us.
Yeah, it's
But
something
you
in
know.
there. Come on, girl. But yeah, we've yet to go. Yeah, I can't believe y'all still. Wow, you know, I appreciate you all. My phone died and my internet signal died as well. Learning to grow. You know, how you doing? Veggie. I appreciate y'all holding on. So I had to make it back to the AC and to charge my phone. But I wanted to show you what we look out at when we look out in the RV, so you can see. Yeah, I made it back. I made it back. I appreciate it. Duval, I appreciate you still hanging around. Appreciate that. So I just wanted to just kind of show you all kind of about that off-grid living though. The lessons learned. I tell you, there are some beautiful things that you can do, and it's a true freedom being off-grid. So when you're off-grid, you just have certain freedoms that you don't normally have that I really enjoy. I'm trying to reconnect. I'm live. Okay. Well, that's a sign. I appreciate that, Miss Native. Thank you, Green Grass Groves. Pooh Bell, how you doing? So needless to say, when it comes to off-grid living, try to do as much research as you possibly can. And you can have a great time. It's always good to try a project and work on a project and then to achieve it. Because I believe anything that's worth having, you're gonna have to make some sacrifices. And when it comes to sacrifices, I would say every day that we lay down and we go to bed, we feel a sense of accomplishment. We feel a sense of we're working towards something, a purpose, if that makes sense. It makes life a whole lot more exciting and enjoyable. Enjoying the presentation with you. Hey, who is that? Let's see.
Midnight Green.
Midnight Green, how you
Hey,
doing?
Midnight Green. Hey, Garden
Garden
State
State,
Gardener.
how you doing?
Hey, Pooh Bear.
Thank you,
Hey,
I
Learning to
appreciate
Grow
that.
My Own. Hey, Tracy Jones, Greengrass Grows.
Thanks for sharing, Garden State
Hey,
Garden.
Shakira.
Shy in here?
Yeah, she in there.
Hey, Shy.
The
Growing with
Bossy
Hudson.
Girl. How you doing? Cheryl Faulkner.
Cheryl, how you doing?
Badass 93 Stain.
Oh,
Okay.
Lord, you like saying that, don't you?
Okay,
Appreciate that,
okay.
Miss Shirley. OG.
Hey, Miss Shirley. Hey, Cassandra, South Fulton
Hey,
Garden.
Layla.
Hey, Best Yet Journey.
Best Yet, how you doing, Best Yet?
Hey, Nature Lover. Hello. You still there?
I did want to, before I
Hey, Veggie
end,
Farm.
we just at least want to say hey and thank you. Appreciate you all. Really appreciate y'all support.
Hey,
Appreciate
Growing
y'all
with
watching.
Hudson.
What's up, Hudson? Q. Yeah. But anyway, I'm not gonna keep holding you, but I appreciate you holding on. And anybody has any questions before I leave on some of the things that we did? Just glad you started with us. Enjoyed the walk. I appreciate it. I appreciate you coming. I hope it was an enjoyable walk and relaxing. Nature lover. Yeah. So Black's Tropical too. Did I see the shout out to
Hey,
Black's
Black's
Tropical?
Tropical.
How you
I
doing?
didn't even see Black's
I
Tropical.
didn't see it either. When you out there, that sun be glaring, and
Yeah,
my screen,
you
I
can see
cannot see my screen.
Yeah. Thunder. Hello, Thunder.
Hello, Thunder. What is the
Learning
most?
to grow my own.
So learning to grow my own. Go ahead.
What is the most difficult you have had living on the off-grid life? Everything.
I mean,
Everything. It's hard. It's hard. All of it. It's rewarding, but it is hard. I'm not gonna even front.
so when we say it's hard, I'm gonna give you some examples. Okay, I got a bubbly guts right now. Okay. Do I go in here and use the restroom? Cause I'm off grid. No water, no nothing, no electricity, no sewage, no nothing. Now let me show you. Oh, I was gonna show y'all my reserve tank, but my battery's gonna die.
Yeah, stay there.
But we have a reserve tank to capture our waste, and we have an outdoor pot or let. That what we're gonna call it? Pot or let. Yeah, it's a pot. It's really a pot. So my bubbly guts say, long term, I'm thinking I'm gonna do it in the pot or let versus doing it because it's daylight. These are the things that goes through your brain because I want to make sure I don't fill that up and it's in the middle of the night and I gotta go use that. So it's a lot of strategies that you have to think about. So because it's sun, I can see everything going around, and because it's away from the where we live at, I go outside and deal with the gnats, the flies, but it's relaxing at the same time.
Yeah, I actually.
That's the crazy thing.
I actually do prefer using the bathroom outside because our RV is not like a big fifth wheel or anything. It's a normal size camper. So I prefer to use the bathroom outside just because I'm open. I'm in the open and like I have space, and the bathroom inside the RV is tight. It's like you got a shower, you got a sink, and you got a toilet in this little tight space. And I'm really kind of over that, so I would rather go outside and enjoy the freedom.
Listen to what Nada said. Dig a hole for bubble guts. Yeah, you're right, Hudson. Hard work make you appreciate it,
Yeah.
But when we say it's hard, you got to seriously think about every single thing. Like, say you fixing to get ready to walk to the mailbox. The walk to the mailbox is through the wilderness. Okay, do I have my protection? Mm-hmm. Do I have open toe or closed toe shoes? Mm-hmm. Listening. It's quiet out here except for the chickens. and the generator. But when both of those are silent, you can hear. I can literally hear a leaf fall and hit the ground. It's that quiet,
Yeah.
and you can hear for miles. You can hear cows will be mile away. You can hear.
Yeah, people having conversations in their
Yeah.
backyard.
Yeah.
Like you can hear
Everything.
when you're out here. So
Yeah. But it's just when we say it's hard, that's what we're talking about.
yeah, you
by it's
have
hard.
to you have to be intentional about every single step that you take. It's just like walking out
Crafty
there.
Mom. I just said, hey, Crafty Mom.
Oh, like when we were walking out there, like when I go out there, if I'm gonna have on flip flops or something, which that's what I wear the majority of the time, I'm gonna have some sort of open toe shoes on. I'm going right there on the carpet outside the door, and that's about as far as I'm going because you got to think about these big old spiders. You got to think about the ants, the flies, the wasps, the bees, the beetles, everything. You have to think about like everything and protecting your feet. When you're in a survival situation, like that's like one of the number one things up there with getting water. You got to make sure that you protect your feet so that you can still get around and do what you have to do, protect yourself, be kind of quick on the move, just in case. Like last night, we had a possum that was out here, and
they found the shock of their life. They found the shock of their life. We real about our chickens now, so
yeah, I'm not trying to lose any more chickens.
Yeah.
So
it was an electrifying situation.
Yeah. It moved on.
Yeah, it got them moving. It got them moving.
Moved on.
So I see. I think that was Garden State. He asked the question.
Let's see.
Garden State Gardener says, "How is the animals, snakes, and rodents so far?"
So weird.
To me, I'm shocked that I haven't ran in as many snakes. We've been warned that there are some rattlers, some serious rattlers back here, and this area apparently is known for some serious rattlers. I've seen one. The other snake, we've seen two snakes since we've been here. We saw one black runner. That was the first one. And then I saw a rattler. And other than that, I haven't seen snakes. I've heard a rattler in the woods on yesterday. He was buzzing around. He was probably getting ready to do something because they normally just don't slither around buzzing. But only thing we seen, no rodents at all. We seen few squirrels. I was thinking we would have a ton of squirrels, but I saw one fall out of a tree this morning when I got out there. I guess I scared him or startled him. He fell straight from the bottom of the pine tree to the ground. He did thump, and then he took off. A lot of birds. We got a lot of big owls, big hawks, deer, ton of deer, possums, raccoons. But other than that,
the raccoon we would catch him on this camera up here all the time.
Catch them.
Well, them, yeah. We would catch them on this camera up here where the RV is all the time. And then typically the deer are on the opposite end. So, yeah, several raccoons so far that we've seen through here. Yeah. But Thunder had a question. What did you use to clear the land?
So in the very beginning, when Eco and Gigi created this place, we were out there with a chainsaw, axe, pruners, and we cleared our first road. Was it easy? No. Let me give you another warning. If you think about clearing your own land and you got a bunch of pine trees, be careful. I would say cutting an oak tree is easy, cutting cedar trees are easy, but be careful if you're considering doing this with pine trees, because pine trees,
Don't do it.
You got two different dangers with pine trees. You have the dead ones, and you don't know where they're gonna fall and how they're gonna break apart. Typically, when I'm cutting down a dead um, pine tree that's probably what about 60 feet tall, one broke in half at the top, came back and hit me in my back. I mean, literally, they just snap and fall everywhere. Oak trees, they be dead, they just fall. I mean, no problem. Now, pine trees, alive pine trees, they split a lot. So you might cut your gap in your little pie into the side that you wanted to grow on, and you come here trying to slice it, it'll have little fibers that'll split on you, and that thing will come back the opposite way than what you're trying to go. So make sure that before you down a tree, that you expect it to go anywhere, and be ready.
You gotta watch. You gotta
be ready.
Slow down.
You be ready.
And watch.
Be ready.
Where it's gonna fall. Like it's nerve wracking, but you have to watch the direction that it starts to fall, and then go the other direction. Because if you just start running, you don't know where the pine tree gonna fall. I promise you, it's gonna catch you. You're not gonna outrun it. So you have to kind of watch.
And you might have zigzag. No, I'm just joking. Just joking. But make sure you also clear out an area where you can move. Yeah. Because where our area.
The vines, babe. Tell them about
oh my vines. God, the vines. But our area, we had hurricanes, so we got a lot of down trees, and you can trip over them. But the vines, that's another thing. The canopy of the trees have these vines, and they twist. We had one tree that fall, and another tree picked up because of the vine. It picked up the other tree and stood it up because of the vine. Mm-hmm. So it's dangerous. Even when, fast forward, one of our neighbors stopped by, and he said that his brother does land clearing. So he brought out a skid steer on one occasion, and we did it at different times, different intervals. So we finished the road, the first road, then we made another road, then we cleared up an opening for our RV, and check out the videos. I got all this stuff documented. That's a shameless plug, but anyway. And Gigi got a lot of information too, so check out her channel.
You got more. I think you did more, didn't you?
I probably did.
Yeah.
But we got the RV section cleared out, and then we said, Gigi came out with this great idea. Said, since he's here, let's go ahead and get him to clear out the home site. So he got an excavator and a skid steer. The excavator was getting it by the roots and pulling those trees. Oh, you definitely want to pull trees by the roots. Much nicer, yeah. Yes. Get the trees by the roots, yes. And just because you cut down one tree in your yard and you burnt a stump, think about this: if you get some large property, you ain't gonna be able to burn all those stumps. Ain't no way. It's gonna take you years to burn all those stumps. I don't care what gas, what oil you put in, and gas ain't built the same. Gas don't hit like it used to.
It's so weak. It doesn't even burn my eyes anymore like it used to.
Gas don't hit like it used to.
It's so weak.
Yeah, so understand, you might have done a lot of things in your youth, but it's different. Everything is a little bit different now. Birdie Bloom.
Oh, hey, First Lady.
You know I appreciate you.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Thank you. Now we got another question. Crafty Mom says, we have possum issues in Florida. Yeah, I think possums everywhere. Possums, raccoons are so smart and family oriented. Yes, they are. They are.
They just can't be a part of our family.
Yeah.
Messing with my chickens.
Well, I know they'll come back now. Now possums, they are relentless. I grew up around possums.
Yeah.
And I remember one time I was walking through the woods and on my uncle's property, because we was clearing his property, and we came across a mother possum, and it had the babies on the back. And you talking about wanting to fight? Oh my, that thing scared me. First thing, I was like, in them sharp teeth, I was like, man, I'm up out of here, man. I'm gone. I'm gone. I left my uncle, cousin, everybody.
If I see it out there again tonight around my chickens, it's going down.
Okay.
It's going down if I see it come back again.
Our grow zone is 8B.
Yeah.
8B.
Let's see.
Yeah, put some pepper in the step. Let's see. keep the smell as far away from the RV is extremely rewarding. Yeah, that part.
When you bury it's like you don't even really smell it.
Yeah, let dirt be your friend. We got once again we got sandy soil.
Sand, yeah.
That sandy soil come in mighty handy for a lot of different things.
Yeah. Let's see. I thought I saw another
I saw
question.
some.
Hard work makes you appreciate it. Yes, it does. Wrong with Hudson.
Regenerative
Absolutely.
life, Wayne 69. I would not do septic. For me, it will be a nature's head composting toilet.
Mm-hmm.
When I buy my acreage, and I will do rainwater collection, the thousands I will save will go towards building the solar electric. I like it. I like it. And that's really what we're trying to do. You know, we're trying to focus on getting enough solar up.
Yeah. Fifi's Journey said, you guys must whisper a lot because when we're using our tent in our backyard, we just naturally whisper because it's so quiet and you can hear everything. We country.
Yeah. I can be.
It's hard. It's hard to I like. This is my inside voice. What?
Yeah, you got an inside voice about the world. She got an inside voice.
That's my inside
Let me tell you,
voice.
I was halfway on the property and she was all the way up here into the front.
Talking to the chickens.
She was calling me.
Oh.
And I was like, God, dog. You know, I was standing there taking everything in and I was just so quiet. Just so quiet and peaceful. And then she's like, Eco! And I was like, I said, that girl got a mouth on her, boy. God, oh.
What you used to call it when we were dating?
I don't remember.
You remember what you used to call my mouth? What you used to call it?
Tweeter. Shucks. Got a Tweety in your mouth. Do possum eat meat? Is you? Do you live in Duval County? Do possum eat meat? Possum eat you. Possum eat meat, yeah. Yeah, Duval, they eat meat.
Oh, yeah.
They don't mind eating it either. In Texas, you have to be careful of rattlesnakes, water moccasins, and wild. That's here.
Yeah, here.
That's here. We got them all.
Yeah.
I mean, we both on the go.
Yeah.
And we both pretty much in the same zone. I think Texas might have a lower zone than we do. But everything you got in Texas, we got the same thing, if not more. We got anacondas and all kinds of stuff. So, yeah, I feel you. Them wild boars, I've been driven up a tree before. I don't play around with wild dogs. You don't see wild dogs like you used to growing up. But wild dogs, there will be people used to throw out dogs before these humane society came along. They still do it out here in this country because I've seen a few. Those you gotta watch. But they used to form packs where I used to grow up at, and so they would literally become wild again. And I seen plenty of trees I had to climb up and wait for 30 minutes to an hour before they leave. So yeah.
Well, it's tropical. I'll probably try it. I'll probably try it now.
Try what?
If she asking who we eating possum. I'll probably try it now since, we have family and stuff that they willing to cook anything and try anything. So yeah, I'll probably try some possum, some coon, at this point. I'll probably try it.
You can have a possum. Let's see. What's up, Hands in the Dirt?
Hey, Hands in the Dirt.
What's going on, my brother? I like that chat, the last chat you had. That was nice. I sit back and I listen. I be listening to a lot of your chats, man. Yeah, man. I be listening to y'all a lot. Now, I'm telling you, them chats are good when you ride. Like, we'll be traveling, we'll be riding, and we just cut it on for Nikki and all y'all.
Just let it play.
Yeah, just let it play. Yeah, that junk be funny. And the stuff they talk about, I'm like, oh, it's good to see a different perspective on the news, though, on the current events and stuff like that. I like seeing like real people, real talk about real stuff. I feel like we be up under a tree just talking.
Yeah.
You know when the possum is done because it was smile. Oh.
Ew! Black's traffic. Oh.
I seen, you know, there's a channel. Um, what's that channel I like to watch? With art, country style,
Country
country
style.
style, country style. It's a YouTube channel called Country Style, and if you subscribe, make sure you tell them that I sent you. But country style, that's a great channel. They cook the possum. They cooked the possum on country style. That was a good one.
Yeah, art for now.
Yeah, Art Fennell,
Yeah.
country style. They cooked the raccoon too on there. Yeah, you like that thunder?
They cook the gator on that.
Yeah, they fried it. Then they
They put
barbecued
him
or
on
fried.
the, yeah. Did they put him on the grill?
They put him on the grill.
They might have did a couple of
Yeah, they did a couple.
ways.
They did at least two videos where they cooked some alligator. Yeah, country style. I love them. Yeah, they are awesome. You like Fennell? Yeah, I like Fennell too.
Yeah.
Hey, Birdie's Bloom. There go Blacks right there.
Yeah, I saw him. I saw him.
That shit said, I eat it.
I
You,
eat it
you,
too.
you probably can cook it too.
Muddy Shoes Gardner. Hello from
Hey.
Maryland. Hello, how
Hey,
you doing?
Muddy. The dragon is cool. Yeah. But hey, y'all, we finna get out of here. What's up? What's up, Birdie? I was just making sure I spoke to you. Hope you're doing well. But we getting ready to go out of here.
Yeah, we haven't eaten yet today.
Yeah, we need to go and get some grub.
Yeah, we fed the chickens, but didn't feed ourselves.
Yeah, it's okay.
Y'all, before you all go, could you all please tell Eco Neighbor that it's okay to get 2 ducks, please, and
All
thank
right.
you.
I appreciate y'all having here. This is why I don't let people on my I don't let people on my thing because you don't never know what's gonna come out of the mouth of people. And so I just
Oh my
as we
God.
close, I want to leave you all with a little something. Whatever you want to do in life, and you know it's positive, and you know it's gonna help somebody, and you know that it's gonna be hard, it's gonna be challenging. And green grass, we don't play that. But if you know it's gonna be challenging, you know it's gonna be hard, don't give up. Make that first step. Because I'm telling you, if I'd known what we were gonna go through, and if I had the answers, there's some steps I probably wouldn't even take it. But if you start taking that first step, you'll be amazed what God will help you through. You'll be amazed on how blessings will come your way. So take that first step and don't be afraid. The only step that I probably won't take is those 2 ducks that y'all keep posting up there.
Team 2 ducks. Yeah.
Look. Them. Let me hold on for a minute. Y'all talking about. Let me share something with you. Do you really want to add ducks with all this heat out here? Wait a minute. Here we go. This is what I want to do. Okay. Now go out there and do your thing, Gigi. Go out there and do your thing. Now watch this foolishness that's getting ready to happen. Watch this foolishness getting ready to happen. Now imagine at 4 o'clock or 4:30 in the morning, you get all of this. Now do you imagine a duck or 2 ducks coming out here? Can you imagine a couple of ducks on top of this? This mess that we got? Let me keep it real with
Tell
you.
them we need ducky friends.
No, we don't need no ducky
We need
friends.
ducky friends, Eco Neighbor.
We don't need no ducky friend. Look at this.
We need ducky friends.
Let me show you something. Look at this mess. Look at this mess. Look at this mess. Look how messy the feed thing is. I don't care how many times you clean it. I don't care how many times. Look at you. Look what you do. Why do you do what you do? Why do you step in the water?
Smoky.
Why in the world do you do what you do? Huh? Answer me.
Tell them don't act like that.
Answer me. Don't try to walk off like you ain't hearing what I'm saying. Why you be doing what you be doing? Huh? Y'all are messy.
Yeah.
Messy. Do you realize how nice this house was at one time? This was a beautiful house. Look at that. I had to lock them off the top of the thing. They just showing out. So, you think I want some ducks? No. What we gonna do with the ducks? We
Put
got
them in there. Put them in with the chickens.
water too.
Yeah.
That means you're gonna have to clean out the pool every day.
No.
That means I'm gonna have to clean out the pool every day
Do they
then.
get pools cleaned out in nature? No, they do not.
Okay. All right.
So
So let's say no to ducks, y'all. Just say no to ducks. No to ducks. No to ducks. No to
okay, we
ducks.
have to find new homes. We have to find homes.
Does anyone needs a beautiful rooster?
Yo, come on, get him.
Here go a beautiful rooster,
Come on.
nicely in coloration.
Look at him.
Here's
Look
another
how
beautiful
pretty
rooster.
His comb is. It's
They
all
very
perfect.
human friendly.
He can grow a beard, y'all.
Yeah.
Come on, look at this one. He grow a good beard.
We need to get rid of some roosters because we don't have enough hens. So, yeah.
Yeah.
See what I'm talking about stuff be flying? Look at that. Look at that. You got to be on guard at all times. I know you can't see how big that joker is, but he big. Looking for something to come up, some kind of come up.
Yeah.
But y'all be blessed. Y'all take care. And I appreciate y'all stopping by. Take care. Now see, this is the big question. How do you end this thing?
You just gotta hit the